Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Bubba's EDC. I am Bubba. I hope you're doing well today. Just moseying on down the road, and I was thinking something me and some buddies were chatting about yesterday, and I'm curious as to y'all's thought process on modding knives. So, somebody yesterday was talking, it might have been Nate, about a 75 pattern knife. 75 pattern, as you know, that's a big old Stockman, like a 4 and 8 or 4.5 inch Stockman. Big old honking knife. Like really not a pocket carry, that's more of a belt sheath carry. I mean, you can carry it in your pocket, but belt sheath works really well for that. So we were talking about that, and I said, just kind of jokingly, because I know how much Nate loves the 75 pattern. So I was like, man, I said, how about taking two of the blades off and making it a single blade, fixed blade knife. Just kind of joking, trying to get a rise out of him. He said, blasphemy. But it got me to thinking, it got me to thinking about some mods with the 75 pattern, which of course just gets me to thinking about mods in general. I've never done a mod other than toasting a bone handle Saudi Junior. So I was like, so it was me and a couple guys, we were chatting about, me and Nate and somebody else, maybe Mario, chatting about, I was like, well, what if you took a 75 and just made it just a single blade 75, and then somebody came in and said, well, they do make one of those. I'm like, oh, okay, didn't know that. I was like, well, what if you took the spade blade off a trapper and took the two small, sheep's foot and the little spade blade off the 75, and you put the spade on the other end and you had a moose on a 75. Well, then Mike jumps in and he said, what's this about modding? So I said what I had said. He's like, well, that won't work. I said, dang. He said that wouldn't work on that. He said that spring wouldn't work from the two small blades. You'd have to get another different spring. And then he said something else. He said, I'm not sure if that tang would work. I was like, well, double dang. So there's obviously more thought process goes into these mods than I thought of. Sometimes I'll just think of stuff and just jump into stuff without doing the research. So, I mean, thankfully I didn't start tearing apart a knife or nothing like that. Thank God. I only have the 175 pattern. I'm not going to tear that one apart. Excuse me, because that was a trade from my buddy Kevin over at Alabama Knife and Tool. So that one I'm not tearing apart. But it got me to thinking about doing some different mods and trying some different things. So I don't know. I didn't message Nate privately to see if he was like he really thought that was wrong to do that, or he was just busting my chops, as he sometimes likes to do. But what do y'all think about modding knives, like taking apart a perfectly good knife and doing something like that with it? I mean, I like the idea of having a full-size trapper body with just a single blade. I mean, I've got the Warncliffe one, but it's a little different because it's the micarta. So I have one. I have an older one, not older, but it was a beat up one at a pawn shop, a few years older, a yellow synthetic, and turning that one into a single blade. I like that idea, but I was like, well, then I got the spade blade. What would I do with the spade blade? So I'm curious, what all mod. I need to sit down and do some look at them two knives closely and see what would have to be done to make that spade blade work in a 75. This is gonna be one of the weirdest little ramble things I've done. But it got me to thinking about, taking a belt sander and changing the shape on my Sodbuster Junior. To something different, you know. Maybe try to make it a little more spear point, or turn it to a clip point. I don't know. I like the idea of doing some modification here and there. The thing that concerns me with taking a knife apart is the putting it back together. And the part that concerns me is the peening of the pins. Because I just don't know. I just don't know. So that's what concerns me the most. I guess I could just buy some pin material and just practice peening first. That probably makes the most sense. I know they make that flaring tool. They make a flaring tool. I don't think it's for that, for knife pins, but it works. It does really well. I don't remember the gentleman's name, the preacher on Southern Knife Hobbyist. I've seen him use it before. He said he had found it like a pawn shop. I'd asked him, he found it like a pawn shop or something. So I don't know if those are hard to come by, or if they don't make them anymore, or they're expensive. I'm not sure on that, but just random thoughts. Like I said, I like the idea of taking apart some knives. So I've got that old Camillus all taken apart. I need to order the pin material and put that back together, and figure out what I'm going to do for handles on it. It's kind of a Coke bottle shape, but it's not. It's maybe the size of a trapper, probably a little smaller than a trapper. I think I got it for $7 or $8 last year sometime at the antique store. It's originally a 3-blade, 2 blades broken off, and the blade that's left is the main blade, but it's been whittled some, so it's not going to be the best thing. But I thought it'd be, for $7 or $8, a good learning knife. And if it comes out, decent and usable, then all the better. But yeah, that's what was going through my head. So what do y'all think about modding knives? Is it sacrilege, in your opinion, to take apart a perfectly good knife? Or your knife? It's kind of the way I look at it. But that's all I got for today. Y'all have a blessed one. Stay safe. Stay cool. It's hotter than I don't know what. I mean, not this early in the morning. It's fairly comfortable this early in the morning. Spiders. I keep getting these ginormous spiders in front of my house, hooking to building a huge web on my kid's basketball goal, and it's like right in front of the house, a few feet away. Y'all have any recommendations that work for y'all? Not Google stuff, but stuff that y'all personally have used to help keep spiders away from coming around. I mean, I don't necessarily want to kill them, because they are good for getting rid of a lot of bugs and stuff, but I don't want them. Like, we go out the garage door in the morning, since my brother's accident in the hip surgery. Don't want to make him do the stairs too much, because he's downstairs, so I just go downstairs when we go out the garage. Well, I mean, I saw the big part of the spider web the past couple days in the mornings. Coming back in the afternoon, it's not there. It's like it goes down during the day and he rebuilds it at night, or she, whatever. But I walked like 2 or 3 feet to the left of it this morning, and I still hit part of the spider web, and I hate that stuff. So if y'all have any recommendations for stuff that y'all have personally used, like sprayed around your house or something, and you noticed it, kind of kept the spiders away from the house, I am very interested in that. My youngest one does not like spiders at all. Like, he will leave the room if we think we see one. He got bit on his head 8 years ago. Say 17, 7, 8 years ago. Didn't even know he had got bit, but he had a spot come up on his head, and so my wife would treat it, and it just never would heal properly. It was weird. So they went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Oh, that's a spider bite that turned into a cyst," is what it eventually did. So they did surgery on it. So he's got a scar on his head, and hair won't grow right there. And because of the surgery experience, which nothing bad happened, but it's a surgery experience for a 6-year-old. Is that right? 5 or 6-year-old. So because of that, he wants nothing to do with spiders at all, which I totally get. So if y'all know anything that would help, please let me know. I am interested. And I will holler at y'all another day. Y'all stay safe, stay cool, do something kind for someone else. It goes a mighty long way. I'm Bubba. I love you. God bless.